do you kind of push for a bit more public support for increasing that defense spending, given we've already been giving a lot of money over the last few years to places like Ukraine?
Well, so first of all, the costs of being able to maintain our way of life and the world order um, are pale into insignificance compared with losing that battle. And what do I mean by that? We've paid over less than £10 billion to Ukraine directly in the costs of fighting this war. I mean, in military assistance, probably 3, 5, 7, 8 billion, I would guess, in military costs. Energy alone, the increase in energy bill alone, cost us £50 billion. So we would literally be better off to, rather than back up, and rather than spending this money domestically, as I had to do as energy secretary at the time, on backfilling people's energy bills, paying half their energy bills, or businesses, we would literally be better off to have sent that money to Ukraine and have them win the war earlier. And that would have actually been, and the knock on there of others who quite fancy a go at perhaps taking over a democratic neighbouring country, and you don't have to look very far around the world to see other examples of this, including in the Indo-Pacific, would look again and say, actually, when they say you can't just roll over democracies, then there's a cost in doing so. We get it. So the real costs are in action, not of acting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just last quick one then on Ukraine before we wrap up. Obviously, as I said, Donald Trump is coming in. There's a lot of fears that he might push for a settlement that would be more favourable towards Russia rather than Ukraine. How does the new government deal with Donald Trump, do you think, in relation specifically to these kind of foreign affairs questions?
Donald Trump's often sort of said, he's an unknown quantity, you never know. Well, it's not quite true. We've actually had a Donald Trump presidency for 4 years. I'm old enough to remember his first term,
Yeah, people say it's unprecedented. This is the most precedented thing we've seen. Yeah,
exactly. Which is really interesting, isn't it? So look, we've seen this before. We do know that he likes to behave in a sort of unpredictable way, but we also know what he really likes is a winner, and that's why I think it's particularly important to have President Zelensky in Ukraine positioned as the winners of this conflict before January, when Trump comes in. I also think it's very important to appeal to Trump is no fool. He'll look at this and sort of say, okay, well, yeah, I have said I want it to end, but I don't mean it. I don't mean this should end by Trump by Putin running Kyiv, and I'm pretty sure that's not the ending we're headed towards here. So I would appeal to everybody, this government and our foreign secretary and prime minister included, to drop the insults and start to be constructive. That would be my number one piece of advice.